So, as many of you have commented, I have something of a checkered character in the verse, very often ending up on the wrong side of the law. And while this has never been my intention, it just somehow often ends up that way. But I've decided to straighten up and start really trying to be good. And how does one learn a bit of discipline and to follow the rules? Well, they enlist, of course. Now, I want to add a little note at the start of this one about Milsim. I know there will be viewers that see the strictness of this environment here as surprising in a game. And while the thing about Milsim really is that you've got to be on board with that from the get-go. I've played armor as part of Milsim units for many years, and so I'm very comfortable in this kind of environment, and in fact find being a cog in a machine very satisfying when it all comes together. Having familiarity with Milsim and armor though also does not make me any kind of expert at Milsim in Star Citizen. They are very different games with different limitations and quirks, not to mention difference in procedure, terminology and doctrine between Milsim units. I was very excited to get underway with the unit though, as it is clear that the Milsim potential in Star Citizen is enormous, and with the correct uniform and gear already acquired, I made my way to Port Tressler to join the class of recruits about to enter basic training.
Spacing and alignment out, guys. You should have boats in line with each other.
You've got a nice fat yellow line on the ground. Align yourselves to that. If you get trouble with it, use third person.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Training is a common aspect of Milsim. Basically, the techniques used are effective, but only when every team member is doing their part. This is Tycho, or by call sign, Renegade20, and he would explain what this first training, what they call Blue Phase, would entail.
Okay, so just to reiterate, guys, you're going to be boarding a Valkyrie transport ship that will have marine turret gunners. You can observe, kind of get an idea about the kind of training, the comms and maneuvers that you're going to be going through this evening, and then I will hand over to Lance Corporal Flamecrest, who will explain how we disembark tactically from ships, and then I'll take over again for the bounding portion of the evening.
And so we were off to the surface of Microtech to begin learning the procedures, terminology and tactics of the UEE Pathfinders. And I have to admit that for me personally, seeing the Valkyrie used for its intended purpose was pretty damn cool.
Okay, port hand, squad bay, start embarking. I've opened the door of the bay that you're going to be going into. Port hand side, so that's the left hand side, blood. You're on starboard side.
Maybe that's call sign complete.
Last man in.
Collapse and stack.
3-7 in ventral turret.
Reflect checks. Shields are green, hull is green, fuel is 100/100. No missiles on board. We have 48 decoys and 5 noise. Vessel is green.
Roger. Trident 7-8. Green for takeoff. Distance to target.
We are 14 clicks out from closing.
Marines on your feet. Moving to the drop bay. 3-3 remain in the air.
Wheels down. Flaps down.
Weapons up.
3 welcome.
Disembark.
Two set.
3-7 set.
2-7 set.
Sky, in relation to the Valkyrie, where's the cut red?
Not landed yet. I had to wait till you get the turrets in.
Okay, wheels down on either the port or the starboard side.
Now, procedure and uniformity are very important in Milsim groups, both for roleplay purposes and effectiveness of combat techniques. In general, a Milsim unit will teach you their specific practices and expect you to follow them, and so after setting our ICU for respawns, we began our instruction.
Okay, so first thing I want you all to do is to take your weapons out, and then you're going to point those weapons at the floor. Okay, when you're looking at your weapon system, hold F and select the carry option. This weapon system is now on safe. There is no safety in Star Citizen, so holding carry is the only way we can kind of put you in a safe mode. This is also known as patrol state as well. I'm going to hand over to Lance Corporal Flamecrest, who's going to run you through debus drills, why we do them, why they're important, how to do them, and how to communicate whilst you're doing them.
Lovely stuff. Thank you, Psycho. Right, if we all pop into the Valkyrie quickly.
So Lance Corporal Flamecrest will teach us debussing, that is, leaving the ship and setting up a defense around it.
As seen, your weapons are currently on safe, explained by Tycho, so if we have any mishaps, you're not going to dome your Oppo in front of you. What ends up happening is the call for standby will be given. When the call for standby is given, that means your weapons go up. Lovely. Right, let's give it a little run through. Standby. Debus. Speed, speed, speed. Go, go, go.
3-3 set.
4-1 set.
7-8 set.
2-5 set.
2-2 set.
3-8 set.
Trident 7-8, that's a little bit far out. You could have come maybe back a tad. Yep, Katie, that's right. Lovely, nice and prone. Hero, you could have been a little bit more forward. Try to make sure that semicircle isn't broken. Stand up, turn around, face me. Yeah, this is a lovely little ARD here. We'll give it one more go run through, and then I'll be handing off to Blood for your breaching phase.
So during training, a lot of the techniques that you will see, like those coming up, will maybe seem clunky and slow, but with practice they do come together smoothly. We'd be building up to a PvP bunker clearance, but first we need to be shown how to cover all directions in a formation known as a stack, and move through a space covering each other, a technique called bounding. Beginning with a demonstration by one of the trained Marine squads as they cleared the bunker.
Left clear. Exit front. Next team up.
Delta, next pair, moving. Prepare for simultaneous breach on my go. Set.
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 Squad, bounding advance, Delta to cover, Charlie to move.
Moving.
Covering.
Charlie moving.
Contact. Front. Contact
Safe.
down.
Contact down. Contact down.
2-0-1 up on you.
Moving.
Jet fire,
Check
jet fire.
fire. Contact. Contact down.
Jet
Prepare
fire.
to breach.
Covering.
Moving. Clear, no exits, move back up.
Bunker clear, weapons on safe.
And now we'd be instructed, starting with how to stack.
Perfect. So basically we've got a building that we're going to breach. Don't know what's inside, so we are utilizing protection before we do so. You can see 7-8 is facing the objective. Katie is the second person in the group, so she is facing outward, and 3-5 is facing the rear.
Next we will cover bounding and breaching in the bunker itself.
Charlie team, covering.
Yeah, exactly.
Delta team moving.
And when you move through Delta, try and move behind the guns that are covering you.
Roger, understood. Charlie team, check fire. Delta moving. Delta covering.
Charlie, moving.
You could establish a covering maneuver on that corner, but if you want to be extra safe, you want to get some speed and aggression in there, you can just say, you know what, I'm going to breach this. I feel more comfortable breaching this.
Charlie team, prepare to breach.
Set.
Breach.
Okay, so Katie, now I've got Marines heading that way. Where is your gun probably better pointed?
Yeah.
Clear. No exits on this room.
Okay, so you can move back out. Who's in a better position to provide cover for someone to move forwards right now, Charlie or Delta?
Delta.
Exactly.
So, the basic idea of CQB, Mount, Fibula, however you want to refer to it, is that you have eyes on as much of the space around you as possible by having each team member watch a specific arc. So in a 4-man team, for example, each team member could watch a cardinal direction, forward, backwards, left and right, and this is coupled with always having a team covering while the other team moves. So if someone spots a threat or comes under fire, there is a team ready to return fire immediately. So with a few dry runs completed, we'd now be fighting our way down into the bunker against a group of the Pathfinder Marines themselves.
You have veterans in each team. They're not going to lead any of your breaches or your bounding, but they will support if needed. Stand by. Debus.
Move, move, move.
4-1 set.
3-3 set. 2-5 set.
Charlie, lead off to the left flank. Delta, follow on.
Charlie, moving.
2-5 moving.
7-8 moving.
3-7 moving.
3-3 moving.
4-1 moving, last man.
Alright, we're set.
Commence breaking.
Charlie, prepare to breach.
Set.
Breach.
Very
Left
clear.
clear. Exit forward. Next team up.
Delta moving. Delta prepared to split breach.
Set.
Breach.
7-8, one up on you.
Left clear. On the elevator.
Delta right, Charlie left.
3-3, go 1 up on me.
Hero, one up on you.
3-3, one up on
Prepare
you.
to breach.
Set.
Breach.
Call it. Move, guys. Fast. Clear that
Delta
room.
moving.
What do we got?
We've got an opening front complex room. Delta covering, next team up.
No, we'll have Charlie covering Delta. Advance.
Contact front.
Get some suppression.
Contact down.
Delta advance.
Watch out.
Move to the right.
Move out.
Delta moving.
Mag.
Pushing right.
Quickly push. Run. Get in there.
Now remember, these are human opponents we are facing here, so this was both very exciting and tense at the same time. But the UEE Pathfinders primarily engage in PvP against other orgs, and so becoming proficient at taking down human opponents is vital to their success.
Contact front. Contact front of that stairwell.
Blood Brigade. 3-3.
Contact
Yourself
left.
and rearguard, mate.
Yep, got it.
Charlie, covering.
Delta moving.
Moving up. Push in. We get a stairwell ahead.
Delta covering stairwell ahead. Threshold, next team up.
Delta breach.
Roger. Prepare to breach.
3-5. Cover
Set.
the rear.
Breach.
Covering.
Yeah, 3-3's down. What?
Roger, man down.
Left clear. We got
Clear,
a stairwell,
clear.
front, threshold, next team up.
Next team move up. 3-3,
Charlie,
just rejoin us
moving.
standing.
Complex room. Stairwell down. Next team up.
Roger.
Delta moving.
Delta, bound left.
Roger, Delta bounding left. One thing to note here is that the Cutlass Red on site means that any deaths are only a minor setback to training, and the Pathfinders have a team that have shut down the comm relay, so crime stat does not occur when killing each other. Left
Right,
clear. Next team up.
Charlie, moving.
Contact front. I'm going down. So on the way into the bunker, we could respawn and rejoin our team, but we also needed to fight our way out again. And here, we couldn't rejoin our team as they would be cut off by enemy. Breach.
Charlie, move up.
Left clear.
Very clear.
Got a door front, complex room, threshold, next team up.
Roger, next team, breach and clear.
Charlie, report to breach. Room clear, no exits. 2 coming up.
Roger that. Alright, we're
5-3.
now going to be proceeding to breach and clear back up. The facility's been cleared. We've got what we came for. Now we're going to extract from this facility. Enemy reinforcements are expected.
Okay.
Delta bound up the stairs on the left.
Roger.
Last man Delta moving.
Okay, moving.
Push in.
Go stairs
Yeah.
up, front,
Breach
complex room, next team up.
Charlie team, moving.
the stairwell here.
Upstairs, yeah.
Contact left.
Contact.
Contact left high.
Charlie, prepare to
Man
breach.
down.
Covering.
Cover.
3-5. Take point.
Get up that stairwell.
Prepare to breach.
Charlie, move.
Breaching.
Set.
Enemy front down.
Next team up.
Grenade! Okay, Delta moving.
Delta, get up there.
Delta bound up. Go to the right hand side when you get up top.
Roger.
You stop, you die. Go. Right hand side. Push.
Get to cover and reserve
Contact.
fire.
Contact front.
What do you see?
Corridor front. Enemies moved off left side. Mag.
Contact front.
Next
What's the
team up.
layout?
Back. Delta, get in there. Get behind Katie. Last man moving. Go. Bound. Push. Get in that room. You stop, you die. Push. Get in cover.
Left clear.
Contact front.
Breach. Contact front.
Contact down.
Alright, Delta, move on to the elevator.
Delta move. And no elevator.
Alright, call the elevator, get to cover positions.
Roger. Elevator coming down. Get to cover.
Utilize this room.
3-5, push up to the corner of that pillar if you're going to cover.
I want all guns on that elevator.
Is it clear?
Looks like it. We need to
Alright,
clear it on the left
let's
and
breach
right.
and clear.
Delta, prepare to breach.
Set.
Delta breach.
Set. Get
Left
in
clear.
there.
So we'd made it back to the elevator, but there would be one more surprise in store.
Left clear.
Right clear.
Okay.
Right there.
Alright, listen in. Delta, assault next room.
Roger, Delta, prepare to breach.
Set.
Okay, Delta breach. Contact.
Quickly push in.
Contact down. I'm hit.
Fall back.
Roger.
Heal up.
Charlie,
Pulling back.
move out, clear the exterior.
Charlie, move in.
Med pen. Okay, I got a med pen.
Press C to stab it in you. Good. Move.
Move.
I had a really great time during my first training with the Pathfinders, and the differences between Armour and Star Citizen were already becoming clear, with a much higher tempo needed for Star Citizen. I would have a lot still to learn. It is common in Milsim to also have a debriefing following a training, exercise or operation, and today would be no different.
Alright, weapons away.
So with that last sort of live fire run, it's built to give you a bit of confidence in the skills and drills. There's a lot of moving parts, rounds going down. So whilst there is some rust to still chip away, the stone still needs a bit of refining. Today you've covered the real kind of main first effort, which is, for some of you, the very first sort of introduction into the unit and the skills and drills that we use in the team. So Thursday we're going to be training on red phase patrol skills, so you'll learn to conduct patrols and assaults in open areas, how to conduct flanking maneuvers and the kind of comms involved in that. You will see some areas from this poke its head in now and then, but largely these two drills kind of separate into CQB and patrols and assaults.
And Thursday would roll around very quickly as the Pathfinder Marines were heading to Hurston to conduct patrol training over open ground.
Form off to the left of 5-2.
And this is actually the area of Star Citizen's potential that interests me the most, combat on planetary surfaces. But it's also where Star Citizen has a great many limitations. I will highlight these as we go. It's nothing so bad as to hinder the experience, but if anyone from CIG is watching, please give ground troops some navigation tools, like a basic compass. There is no real PvE element to surface combat yet, and so we would be building towards another PvP exercise. There were a lot more Marines present for this one.
5-2, last man moving.
We would begin with the basics of spacing and alerting others in the formation when we were moving.
Okay, we're gonna quickly perform a herringbone before we move off. So French face right, because Kate is facing left, which means Star Command, if French is facing right, you should be facing
Left.
yes. Katie, you're gonna take a point. Second man shall be Raven.
Moving.
Third man Star Command. Then it shall be French. Katie, lead off and ready.
Forward moving.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie is Katie, Raven, and Star Command.
Then carrying out some basic contact drills, like getting into a baseline, facing the enemy when fired upon.
Close them gaps up.
Free form. Moving.
3-8, last man moving.
Right, dry fire only. Contact front.
So front.
Is that front? Charlie left, Delta right.
Move yourselves forwards quickly. Charlie left, Delta right. Keep that spacing when you get into the baseline. Move forwards, get into that baseline.
2-7 set.
Repeatedly going over dry runs of these techniques may seem laborious to those of you that have never been part of a Milsim group, but it really pays off when doing this in actual combat, as all of the dry practice means that people know exactly what they are doing during a fight without needing to think about it too much.
Let's go, tighten up.
And as night fell, we ran through the rates of fire and calling out targets.
Raven, you're 2K.
Okay. If you can't see because of your position in the baseline, then just say cannot fire.
That's good. That's good, French.
Squad, check fire, check fire.
With the final instruction being how to carry out a section attack.
Delta rapid fire.
Rapid. Great.
Delta, switch fire right.
Roger. Delta shift fire right.
Covering, last bound.
Shift fire
Lift
right.
me, Volgard.
Moving.
Delta
Bang,
deliberate.
bang, bang. One times enemy
Deliberate.
down, position clear.
As day was breaking on Hurston, we'd run through all of the basics for an infantry section to move over land and engage in combat. Now to put it all into practice with another PVP exercise.
Side now. First squad, port side. Roger, lads, you are my 2IC for first squad.
Roger.
We would be patrolling out, looking for enemy positions marked by the pilots of Outlaw call sign with a gun run. I was point man of Charlie Fire Team, first squad. I see the gun run, it's on a hilltop, 12 o'clock, far.
Roger that. Alright, start looking for cover. As you move, guys, you may end up in a contact scenario at any time.
But as we moved towards the indicated enemy position, the terrain got very rocky.
Slow up. Alright, we're good. Speed up as you need.
Katie, how's the terrain ahead looking?
There's large rocks ahead. Ground is flat. The position indicated by the gun run is elevated ahead of us, pretty much obscured by the rocks.
So terrain shit, is it?
Be advised we are approaching open ground now.
Roger that.
Contact right.
Contact
Contact
right.
Get into cover.
Where's the target indication?
Not seen yet. I heard a ricochet to my right.
Okay, ricochet to the right doesn't necessarily mean the enemy is on the right, so point man, have a look to your left. Everyone else
Roger,
scan to
covering
your right.
formation 12. But then I would
Enemy still
spot
not seen.
movement on the ridge we'd been advancing towards.
Contact front, contact front.
Contact
Move to baseline
front.
Yep.
Reference
Everybody move
central
up.
large rock top of hill, both sides.
We have a rock formation that won't let us allowed to swing left.
French and Nomad sprint up there.
Alright, if you have to go into the open, you have to go into the open.
Delta sprint, sprint, sprint. Get up there.
Fourth in the scene.
Alright, we're gonna do a bounding advance. Charlie to move, Delta to cover. Charlie, prepare to move.
Covering.
Charlie, move.
Full one moving.
Delta rapid fire.
Charlie, cover.
Forward
Delta
set.
move.
You're going to be my point of fire. KT, come forwards to me. KT,
Roger, moving to you.
Star Command, follow KT. We're going to go left flanking up this hill.
Covering.
KT, move off when ready.
Forward moving.
Star Command, follow behind KT. Right, we do not need to bounding maneuver because we have cover from the other teams and we're in cover ourselves. Right, so you're going to get straight off that position and clear it.
Roger.
Reloading.
Delta 139 right, left hand
Comes
side.
in front.
Take him out, take him out.
Comes down.
One down,
Magazine.
dead. Yeah, keep moving through.
Delta, shift fire right.
Shift fire right.
Comes in front. Comes down.
Keep moving forward, clear out the entirety of that rock. Get up
Go on,
with her, do
moving.
not let her advance alone.
Reloading.
Katie, take command.
Roger, Charlie on me.
Delta, shift fire for the right.
2-0, do you want me to collapse my position of fire, point of fire?
Negative, hold your point of fire.
Katie, clear out that position where you're at. Let me know if it's clear.
Raven, are you with me? Are you with me here?
You had Star Command with you. I'm down point of fire.
Individual bounding. I'm to cover, you're to move.
Right.
Covering.
If you don't receive any further contact, that'll be position clear.
Yeah, you're good, Katie. I love the initiative though.
Roger.
Right, Delta.
Okay, Charlie, set
shake
me
out,
ID.
follow
4-3.
proven route.
Collapsing. Proven route.
Cover that arc.
Oh,
Perfect.
contact left 50 meter behind the cactus.
Double check that, bud.
That's friendly.
Yes, friendly, hold your fire.
As the second squad moved up to regroup, we held defense of the captured position, but it wasn't long before we were taking fire again. Oh, I hear engaging.
Stand by in
Contact.
front of me.
Movement, cactuses, 100 meters left
French, you
of
want
arc.
from me, don't aim at our friends. Come here.
Alright, listen in. Squad, deliberate rate, deliberate rate. I have second squad on left flanking. We are suppressing.
You guys heard that? Deliberate rate.
One round every 6 to 8 seconds. Make sure you change your position
Reload.
slightly, guys, now and then.
Contact down.
Work inside your areas.
Another enemy group had been spotted, this time around the large rocks to the right of the formation's heading.
I'm in the glitch, I need a suicide.
I'm hit.
Blood, can you move the guys forward so that we're in a
Yep.
baseline facing towards the enemy?
Roger
Get
that.
shot from
Everybody move forward.
There's loose terrain between us and the enemy, so we're going to win the firefight. So rapid fire, pour it on, pour it
Engaging.
Get it up, guys.
on. One round every 2 seconds.
Magazine.
Three 7 is healing.
Four 3 hit.
Yeah, 3-8.
We would need to close the distance to the enemy in order to win the firefight, and we resumed bounding forward again.
Alright, Charlie, prepare to move. Charlie, move.
Forward moving.
Charlie, cactus is to our front. That's our next cover point. Delta, pour the fire on. We're moving in the open.
Rapid fire, Delta.
Short cactuses or tall cactuses?
Cactus where I am. Covering.
Forward
Charlie is
set.
covered.
right of arc. 3 of them unclosed person.
Eyes on enemy in the rocks, left side of the big hill.
Tango down.
Alright. First squad, keep up the suppression. Outlaw will provide Kaz onto the enemy. Dropships are coming in.
Magazine.
Three, 4, man down. 3-4, man down.
Alright, as soon as we get reinforced, back onto the line, and we'll continue the assault.
Roger, understood.
3-7 wheels down, setting new Cutlass red.
Following the close air support from Outlaw, it was clear that things had gotten quieter. We'd still see the odd enemy pop up, but we could tell that victory was very close.
Keep up the suppression.
Roger, engaging, deliver fire.
Alright, second squad is going to be taking over the assault. First squad is going to provide suppression at this time.
To actual, you have Nomad and Frenchie left in Delta.
Everyone see that muzzle flash? That's where the enemy is. Enemy down.
Be advised, I'm inbound.
Roger that. Yep. Right, watch and shoot, watch and shoot. So we're going to go through debriefing now. Firstly, I'll say that this has been the biggest red phase that we've ever had to instruct. We were at platoon strength, small platoon strength, but a platoon nevertheless. We've never had recruits go through a platoon rotation. A lot of trained Marines haven't had the opportunity to see a Marine platoon in action yet as well, so that's been a great opportunity for them. They've had the opportunity to sort of see how the unit will work as we continue to expand and grow our capabilities. Now, recruits, firstly I'll say big fucking well done to you, because this is a lot of moving parts, especially for those of you that have only just joined the unit. This is probably a little bit overwhelming, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are some areas of this that you are still like, oh my god, what is going on? However, as we continue to go through these drills, skills and maneuvers, you'll find that things will feel more like second nature. They're called drills because you repeat a drill by repetition, it becomes second nature. We run these trainings regularly so that you can keep your core skills and drills as tight as they can be, and then you build on your advanced skills from this.
One day, there will very much most likely be PvE content in Star Citizen to occupy a large and coordinated group carrying out these kind of surface operations. But until that day comes, Milsim groups like the UEE Pathfinders and their dedication to arranging training and holding Org v Org events are an excellent choice for those seeking the Milsim experience in Star Citizen. There are limitations that anyone coming from armour would find awkward to begin with, yes, the biggest really being a lack of any compass or map for infantry and ground vehicles, but these can be worked around, and I have to say my time with the Pathfinder so far has been absolutely great. I would like to offer a big thank you to Tycho, Blood, Flamecrest, Sky, and all the other Pathfinders that have extended a very warm welcome. I'm going to leave their contact information in the description below if anyone is interested in learning more, and I'm sure we'll be back very soon with more UEE Marine action from the Pathfinders. Fly safe everyone, and I'll see you all soon.